Hello there. It's late, isn't it? The world outside has finally grown quiet. Maybe you can hear the soft hum of a fan in your room, like a distant summer breeze, or perhaps the gentle tapping of rain against your window, a quiet little drumbeat playing just for you. Whatever you hear, just let it be a part of this moment, a part of this quiet space we can share together. Take a nice slow breath in and let it go with a long, soft sigh. All this time, all the years you've been you. Have you ever truly listened to the secret thoughts of your pancreas? Well, I am your pancreas, and tonight, you finally have the chance. So please, don't miss it. I know, I'm not exactly a celebrity. I don't have the fame of your heart, with its constant, dramatic thump-thump-thump, announcing its presence every second of every day. I don't have the intellectual reputation of your brain, always thinking and dreaming and solving problems. And I certainly don't have the poetic soul of your lungs, endlessly breathing in and out like the tides of the ocean. No, I'm the quiet one, the shy one. If you were to look for me, you'd have to look very carefully. I'm tucked away, hidden behind your stomach, nestled right in the gentle curve of your small intestine. I'm soft and long, about 6 inches or so, shaped a little like a friendly tadpole or a flattened pear lying on its side. I'm a pale, creamy color, a quiet color for a quiet organ. I like it back here. It's peaceful. It's safe. From this hidden little spot, I can do my work without any fuss, without any need for applause. I'm a behind-the-scenes kind of worker, the humble stagehand in the grand theater of you. While the heart gets the spotlight, I'm the one making sure all the props are in the right place, that all the invisible magic happens just as it should. Most of the time, you probably don't even know I'm here, and honestly, that's how I like it. My greatest success is my own silence. When you feel good, when you have energy, when your body is in a state of peaceful balance, that's me, humming along quietly in the background, doing my job. It's a job I do with perfect devotion. A job I have been doing for you since the very beginning. I am one of your hardest workers, and my work is incredibly detailed. It requires precision and patience, so much patience. I am both a factory and a communication center, a chef and a messenger, a chemist and a diplomat. It's a complicated life, but a deeply fulfilling one. As you lie here, feeling your breath slow down, in and out, just imagine me, resting quietly in my little neighborhood deep inside you. I can feel the gentle rhythm of your breathing. It's like a soft, steady rocking, a lullaby that helps me do my best work. Your calm is my calm, your peace is my peace. Tonight, I want to tell you my story. Not a story of drama or adventure, but a story of quiet dedication. A story of balance and harmony, and the incredible, unspoken magic that happens inside you every single moment. It's a story about the two very different lives I live, all at the same time, all for you. So get comfortable, let your shoulders soften, let your jaw relax. There's a whole universe of wonder inside you, a universe of quiet miracles, and I am just one small part of it. Happy to finally have this chance to speak with you, to share my secrets. Let the sound of my voice be a soft blanket, another layer of comfort as you prepare for a night of deep, healing rest. Don't try to remember anything. Don't try to understand it all. Just let the words wash over you, like gentle waves on a quiet shore. I'm here. I've always been here. I hope you're feeling even more relaxed now. Your breathing is slow and steady, a peaceful, gentle rhythm, just like the quiet work happening inside you right now. Inside me, last time, I told you how shy I was, how I was hidden away from the world. But now, I want to let you in on my biggest secret. The secret to my work, to my purpose. You see, I live a strange and wonderful double life. Imagine for a moment a quiet, specialized workshop, a place of gentle, humming machinery and dedicated, expert workers. This workshop is me, and inside, there are two completely different departments, working side by side, but doing very different things. Both are essential. Both are for you. Let's visit the first department. We can call it the refinery. This side of me, my exocrine side, is dedicated to one thing, helping you get all the goodness out of the food you eat. When you enjoy a meal, your stomach does the initial work, breaking it down. Then, it sends a little message to me, a signal that says, "Okay, we're ready for you now." And in my refinery, my tiny little acinar cells, my master workers, get the signal. They begin to produce the most amazing digestive juices. It's a special recipe, a powerful cocktail of enzymes that I've perfected over a lifetime. Think of these enzymes as my team of microscopic chefs. Each one has a very specific job. One chef is an expert in carbohydrates, breaking down breads and fruits into simple sugars your body can use for quick energy. Another chef is a master of fats, carefully taking apart oils and dairy so you can store that energy for later. And the third chef is a specialist in proteins, unlocking the building blocks you need for strong muscles and healthy cells. Together, they are a perfect team. I send their creations through tiny little tubes, little canals that all flow into one main duct. And this duct leads directly into your small intestine, right where the food is waiting. My juices mix with the food, and like magic, they unlock all the hidden nourishment, all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the life-giving energy that was sealed away inside. It's a quiet, beautiful process. A slow, steady flow of giving. It's the part of my life that makes sure you are nourished, that you are strong. It happens every time you eat, without you ever having to think about it. A silent service of transformation. Now, let's walk over to the other side of my workshop. It looks very different here. This is the message center, my endocrine side. This department doesn't make juices. It doesn't use tubes or ducts. Instead, this side of me communicates with your entire body through your bloodstream, the great river of life that flows through you, scattered all across my surface. Like tiny, secret islands are those islets of Langerhans I mentioned. These islands are my messengers. They are constantly testing the amount of sugar or glucose in your blood as it flows by. And based on what they find, they write and send tiny, powerful messages called hormones. The most famous message, of course, is insulin. When you've eaten and the sugars from your food enter your bloodstream, my messengers release insulin. Insulin is like a gentle, magical key. It travels to every single cell in your body, from your brain to your toes, and it softly knocks on the door. It says, "Hello, I have some wonderful energy for you." And the insulin key fits perfectly into the lock, opening the cell door so the sugar can go inside and provide fuel. It is an act of profound generosity, of sharing the bounty of a meal with every part of you. But what if the sugar level gets too low? Then, my messengers send out a different note. This one is called glucagon. Glucagon travels to your liver, my wise old friend, and delivers its message. It says, "Our friend needs a little more energy now. Could you please release some of the sugar you have stored away?" And the liver, always happy to help, does just that. This constant communication, this beautiful dance between insulin and glucagon, is how I keep your energy in perfect balance. Not too high, not too low, always just right. It is the second life I live, the life of a guardian, a balancer, a silent conductor of your body's energy orchestra. So you see, I am two things at once. I am the humble chef, working in the kitchen to prepare your nourishment, and I am the master communicator, sending vital messages to your entire kingdom. It's a double life of service. One part of me looks inward, to the food you've just eaten. The other part looks outward, to every cell in your body, and I would not have it any other way. This quiet dual purpose is my joy. It is my reason for being. As you continue to breathe, slowly and deeply, know that both sides of my workshop are at peace, humming along gently in the soft, warm, dark, always working, always for you. Thank you for staying with me. It feels nice to be heard. As you settle in, let your breath be your anchor, a slow, rhythmic wave, in and out. With every breath out, feel yourself letting go, just a little bit more. You know now about my two secret lives, the refinery and the message center. But a workshop doesn't exist in a vacuum. A workshop has a neighborhood, and my neighborhood is a warm, busy, and wonderfully cooperative place. So tonight, let me give you a gentle tour of where I live. Deep inside the peaceful city of you, I am nestled right in the very center of things. The best way to imagine it is to picture a soft, gentle C shape. That C is the very first part of your small intestine, a section called the duodenum, and I rest right in its curve, like being held in a soft, warm hug all day and all night. The duodenum is my closest friend, my most intimate partner. When my refinery makes its digestive juices, it sends them directly into this embrace, where my friend is waiting to mix them with the food you've eaten. We are in a constant, silent dance, a perfect partnership. I provide the magic, and it provides the perfect place for that magic to happen. Just above me, like a protective canopy, is your stomach, my upstairs neighbor. Now, the stomach can be a bit more energetic. It churns and gurgles and works very hard. Sometimes, I can feel its gentle movements, its rhythmic contractions. It's the one who sends me the first real signal that a meal is on its way, calling down to me like a friendly neighbor shouting from an upstairs window. Get ready. We've got company coming. We have a very good working relationship. It knows I am patient, and it knows I am always ready to help. Then, just to my right, is the largest and perhaps the wisest organ in the entire neighborhood, your liver. The liver is like the great sprawling library and power plant of the city. It is vast, and its knowledge is deep. It stores energy, cleans your blood, and performs over 500 different jobs. I hold it in the highest regard. Tucked just beneath the liver is its little assistant, the gallbladder, who holds onto a special digestive juice called bile. We all work together, the liver, the gallbladder, and me, to make sure your digestion is seamless and easy. We are a team of master transformers. And then, right next to me, to my left side, is my quietest neighbor, the spleen. The spleen is a bit of a mystery. In modern medicine, it's known for its role in your immune system, a silent guardian. But in ancient Eastern wisdom, the spleen and I are considered family, almost two parts of the same whole. They say we manage the body's energy and are connected to your thoughts and worries. I feel this connection. The spleen is my old, silent friend. We don't need to talk. We just understand each other, working side by side in the warm, quiet dark. This is my home. A little village of organs, all nestled together. The stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, and the loving embrace of the small intestine. There is no competition here. There is no ego. We all have our unique jobs, our unique talents, and we perform them in perfect harmony. We communicate not with words, but with a silent language of hormones and nerves, a language of pure cooperation. As you lie here, breathing softly, just picture this peaceful village inside you. Picture us all, working for you, held together by a delicate web of tissue, warmed by the flow of your blood. The gentle rise and fall of your belly with each breath is like a soft breeze rustling through our village. It is a sign that all is well. It is a sign of peace. And in the very heart of this village, I am resting, safe, content, and so very grateful to be a part of it all. And so, you continue to drift deeper and deeper into relaxation. The outside world is fading away now. All that matters is this quiet space, this inner world we are exploring together. You have seen my neighborhood, my cozy little village of friends. But now, I want to invite you to come even closer. Let's float gently past the stomach, past the liver, and drift right into the landscape of me, your pancreas. I want to show you the geography of my inner world, a place of soft hills and secret islands. From the outside, I just look like one solid, soft thing. But inside, I am a land of two distinct terrains. The vast majority of me, almost my entire landscape, is made up of what we can call the mainland. This mainland is formed by millions upon millions of tiny acinar cells. Imagine them as soft, rolling hills, stretching as far as the eye can see. These hills are where my refinery is located. The little homes of all my microscopic chefs are here, the ones who create those brilliant digestive juices. This whole vast landscape is dedicated to that one purpose: unlocking the nourishment in your food. It is a land of quiet, productive work, but dotted across this vast mainland, like a secret archipelago in a calm sea, are my most special places. These are the tiny, beautiful islets of Langerhans. There are about 1 million of them, scattered like tiny jewels across my surface. 1 million. It sounds like a big number, but each islet is incredibly small, a tiny cluster of very special cells. These islets are where my message center is located. They are completely separate from the work of the mainland. They are secluded, sacred places, and on these islands live two very special groups of inhabitants. The most numerous group are the beta cells. There are millions and millions of them. They are the artisans who craft the magical key, insulin. They are incredibly sensitive, constantly aware of the world around them. The other group, fewer in number but just as important, are the alpha cells. They are the scribes who write the message scroll, glucagon. They are the guardians, watchful and wise. Now, imagine a great river flowing through this landscape. This river is your bloodstream. It doesn't flow through the mainland hills, but it winds its way around every single one of my 1 million islands. The river brings news from the outside world, and the inhabitants of the islands are always listening to its whispers. When the river runs rich with sugar, when it carries the sweetness of a recent meal, the beta cells on the islands sense it immediately. They feel the richness in the water, and in response, they gently release their countless insulin keys into the river, to be carried away to every corner of your body, to every distant shore. But when the river runs low, when its sweetness fades, the alpha cells sense the change, and they release their glucagon scrolls into the current, knowing the river will carry their message swiftly to the great library of the liver, asking for more energy. This is my inner world, a vast mainland of gentle nourishment-focused work, and a secret archipelago of 1 million islands dedicated to balance and communication. It is a place of breathtaking design, a place where every single cell knows its purpose. As you sleep tonight, my islands will be quiet. The river will flow slowly and peacefully. The artisans and scribes will be resting, but they will still be listening, always ready, always watching over you. A million little lighthouses, shining softly in the quiet night of your inner world. Breathe in that deep sense of peace, and let it fill you completely as you breathe out. Your body is heavy and relaxed. Your mind is quiet and calm. You are drifting, floating in a safe and comfortable space. We just visited the tiny islands within me, the secret archipelago where my messengers live. But what happens to the messages they send? How do they speak? They speak a silent language, the most beautiful and precise language in the universe. The language of balance. Let's imagine you ate a simple, wonderful piece of fruit a few hours ago. A sweet, juicy apple. The nourishment from that apple was broken down, and its natural sugars entered the great river of your bloodstream. Imagine that sugar as soft, golden sunlight spreading gently through the river, making the water warm and bright. As this sunlit water flows past my 1,000,000 islands, the beta cells, my little artisans, feel the warmth. They sense the light. This is their signal. And so, with perfect timing, they release their precious creations into the river. Millions of tiny insulin keys. Picture them, sparkling and intricate, floating away on the current. They don't have a map. They don't need one. The river takes them everywhere, to the farthest reaches of your body. Some keys travel up to the cells of your brain, helping to power your thoughts and dreams. Some travel to the muscles in your arms and legs, giving them the strength to move. Some travel to the very cells of your heart, fueling its steady, rhythmic beat. And at each and every cell, the insulin key finds a tiny special door, a little lock that it was perfectly designed to open. The key turns, the door gently swings open, and the sweet golden sunlight of the sugar flows out of the river and into the cell, filling it with warmth and life and energy. It is a perfect, silent act of giving, an act that happens trillions of times, all in a single moment, all across the landscape of you. My islands give the key, and your cells receive the gift. This is the first half of the language of plenty. But later, perhaps deep in the night as you sleep, the golden sunlight in the river begins to fade. The energy from the apple has been delivered. The river grows cooler, darker. My other islanders, the wise alpha cells, sense this change. They know that your brain, especially, needs a steady, gentle glow of light all through the night. So now, it is their turn. They release their own creation into the river. Not a key, but a message, written on a tiny, invisible scroll. This hormone is called glucagon. These scrolls float down the river until they arrive at the great library of the liver. The message is simple. It says, "The light is fading. Our friend needs a little more warmth. Will you share some of the sunlight you have stored away?" And your liver, who is a master librarian of energy, reads the scroll and understands completely. It has vast reserves of stored sugar, like countless books of condensed sunlight on its shelves. It gently takes a few books down, unwraps them, and releases their soft golden light back into the river. The river begins to glow again, not as brightly as before, but with a gentle, steady warmth. Just enough to keep everything peaceful. Just enough to fuel your dreams. This is the second half of the language. The language of conservation. Insulin and glucagon. Giving and receiving. Plenty and conservation. It is a perfect seesaw. A gentle, rhythmic dance that I conduct for you every second of every day. Not too little. Always, always, in perfect, peaceful balance. This language needs no sound. It is a language of pure feeling, of perfect response. It is the silent hum of well-being. And as you fall deeper into sleep, this language of balance is my lullaby to you. A promise that all is well, that everything is being taken care of. You can rest now. You are in perfect harmony, and so you rest. In a state of perfect, peaceful balance. My little islands are watching over the river of your bloodstream, keeping everything calm. But while my islands manage the energy, my mainland, the vast, rolling hills of my other self, has another calling. It listens for a very different kind of signal. It listens for the dinner bell. The process of digestion is not a sudden thing. It is a slow, thoughtful, and beautifully orchestrated ritual. And I play my part with great care. The dinner bell doesn't just ring once. It chimes several times, each one a little clearer, a little more insistent, letting me know that nourishment is on its way. The very first chime. Your eyes see a beautiful meal, your nose catches a wonderful aroma, and your brain, that brilliant conductor, immediately sends a tiny, secret message down to me. The message travels along a special pathway called the vagus nerve. It's a whisper that says, "Get ready. I think something wonderful is about to happen." And so, I begin to stir. My refinery, the vast mainland, begins to warm up. My little chefs, the acinar cells, start gathering their ingredients, preparing their recipes. It is a quiet, gentle start, just a premonition. Then, the second chime rings. This one is a bit louder. It happens when you take your first bite and begin to eat. The food travels to your stomach, my upstairs neighbor. As the stomach begins its work of churning and mixing, it releases its own messengers, its own little hormones. These messengers travel through your body and they call out to me, "It's here. The food has arrived." Now my refinery gets a little busier. My chefs start mixing their enzymes, preparing their digestive juices in earnest. They know that soon their creations will be needed, but they wait. Patience is everything in my world. The third and final chime is the clearest of all. This is the signal for action. It happens when the partially digested food leaves the stomach and enters the warm, gentle embrace of the duodenum, my closest friend. The moment that food touches the walls of the duodenum, it knows, and it releases two final, powerful hormone messengers that travel directly to me. This is the dinner bell ringing loud and clear. This is the final cue, and in that perfect moment, my mainland responds. It releases its finished creation, the cocktail of powerful enzymes my chefs have so carefully prepared. It flows like a clear, gentle river out of me and into the duodenum, meeting the food at the exact right time, in the exact right place. It is a perfect symphony of timing, a dance of signals and responses that happens every time you nourish your body. It is not rushed, it is not forced. It is a natural flowing ritual. Right now, as you lie here, this process is complete. Your dinner from hours ago has been transformed. My refinery has finished its work for the day. My little chefs are cleaning up their kitchens, getting ready for a long and peaceful rest. The dinner bell is silent. The whole neighborhood is quiet. All that is left is the slow, steady work of my islands, maintaining the gentle glow of energy as you sleep. Everything is in its right place. Everything is at peace. You have been nourished. And now it is time for rest. Deep, profound, and healing rest. And so, The dinner bell has fallen silent. My work of responding to your meal is done for the evening. In the last chapter, I described how I release a gentle river of digestive juices into your small intestine, a perfectly timed offering to help you receive all the goodness from your food. But what exactly is in that river? It is not a simple liquid. It is a highly specialized, brilliant creation, filled with my life's work. It is filled with my team, a team of silent, invisible, and incredibly talented microscopic chefs. As you rest here, as your body feels heavier and more peaceful, let's imagine my little workshop again. Not the islands of the message center, but the vast rolling hills of the mainland. My refinery. This is where my chefs live and work. There are 3 main chefs in my kitchen, each one a master of their craft, each one with a single, devoted passion. The first chef is named Amylase. You can think of Amylase as my master baker. This chef's specialty is carbohydrates, the starches and sugars you find in things like potatoes, rice, bread, and fruits. When these foods arrive, they are made of long, complex chains of sugar molecules, linked together like beautiful, intricate strings of pearls. They are too big for your body to absorb as they are. So, Amylase, the baker, gets to work. With incredible precision, Amylase snips the thread between each pearl, separating the long chain into individual, simple sugar molecules. One by one, a gentle, careful process, these tiny, individual pearls of sugar are now small enough to pass into the great river of your bloodstream, ready to be used for immediate energy. Amylase is the chef of quick, clean energy, the one who unlocks the sweetness of the earth for you. My second chef is a bit different. This one is named Lipase. Lipase is my master sauce maker, an expert in all things rich and smooth. This chef's passion is for fats and oils. Now, fats are tricky. As you know, oil and water don't like to mix. When fats arrive in your watery digestive system, they clump together in large globules. They are stubborn. But lipase is a genius. Working alongside the bile from my friend the gallbladder, lipase performs a kind of magic. This chef breaks down the large, clumsy globules of fat into millions of tiny, microscopic droplets. Then, lipase carefully dismantles each droplet into its essential components: fatty acids and glycerol. These tiny pieces are now ready to be absorbed, to be used for building healthy cells, for keeping your brain happy, and for storing as a deep reserve of energy for the future. Lipase is the chef of richness and depth, the one who transforms the most difficult ingredients into something precious and useful. And finally, there is my third chef, perhaps the most powerful of all. This chef is named Protease. Protease is the master butcher, the architect of life's building blocks. This chef's singular focus is on protein, the material you get from meat, fish, beans, and nuts. Proteins are the most complex molecules of all. They are like incredibly long, folded and tangled chains made of smaller links called amino acids. Protease's job is to carefully and methodically snip each and every link, taking the massive complex chain and breaking it down into its individual amino acids. These amino acids are the literal building blocks of you. They are used to build and repair your muscles, your organs, your skin, your hair, everything. Protease is the chef of structure and strength, the one who provides the raw materials for your body to constantly renew itself. Amylase, the baker; lipase, the sauce maker; and Protease, the master butcher. These 3 are my team. They work in perfect silence, in perfect harmony. They never get in each other's way. Each one knows its ingredient, and each one performs its task with flawless skill. They are the unsung heroes of your nourishment. And tonight, their kitchen is quiet. The work is done. They are resting now, in the rolling hills of my mainland, waiting peacefully for the next time you need them. They, like all of you, are sinking into a state of deep and well-deserved rest. We've just met my incredible team of microscopic chefs, amylase, lipase, and protease. Now, every good chef, every artist, has their favorite materials to work with. There are some ingredients that are so fresh, so vibrant, and so easy to work with that they make the entire process a joy. When you provide my kitchen with these ingredients, I don't just work, I hum. I feel a sense of lightness, of happiness. So let me tell you about the foods that make me hum with joy. These are my greatest loves, my most cherished gifts from you. First, I love the rainbow. I love it when you eat foods that are full of vibrant, living color. The deep green of spinach, the bright red of a ripe tomato, the rich orange of a sweet potato, the beautiful purple of a blueberry. These foods, the fruits and vegetables of the earth, are like a gentle, cleansing rain shower for your whole body. And especially for me, they are full of water and fiber, which makes them soft and easy to move through my neighborhood. And they are packed with vitamins and antioxidants, which are like little guardians that protect my delicate cells from damage. My chefs find these foods a delight. They are light, simple, and easy to transform. They make our work feel less like work and more like art. I also love the foods of the steady earth. I love whole grains, things like brown rice and oatmeal and quinoa. These foods are comforting and grounding, unlike highly processed white breads or sugary snacks that create a sudden rush. These grains release their energy slowly and steadily. My baker, amylase, can work with them at a calm, unhurried pace. And my islands, the message center, love them most of all. They don't have to shout with a sudden flood of insulin. Instead, they can speak in a calm, measured voice, releasing a gentle, steady stream of energy that keeps you feeling balanced and peaceful for hours. These foods are a gift of stability. They make me feel calm and centered. Of course, my master butcher, Protease, needs good materials too. And Protease loves clean, lean proteins, things like fish and chicken and lentils and beans. These are like high-quality, perfectly prepared building blocks. They are easy to snip apart and provide the very best amino acids for your body to build and repair itself. When my Protease chef works with these ingredients, the work is efficient, clean, and deeply satisfying. It feels good to provide such excellent materials for the constant, beautiful project of renewing you. And finally, there are the good fats, the healthy fats. My sauce maker, lipase, can sometimes get overwhelmed with heavy, greasy foods. But when you provide healthy fats, like the kind found in avocados, or nuts, or a drizzle of olive oil, my chef is overjoyed. These fats are like a smooth, silken thread, easy to untangle and transform. They help to build a healthy brain and calm inflammation. They are a gift of smoothness and grace, the rainbow of vegetables, the steady earth of whole grains, the clean building blocks of lean protein, and the silken thread of healthy fats. These are my loves. When you choose these foods, it is an act of profound kindness. It is a loving message you send directly to me and to all of your organs. It says, I care for you. I want to make your job easy. I want you to be healthy and strong. And we feel it. We really do. So thank you for all the times you have given me these wonderful ingredients. It allows me to do my work with a happy, humming heart. I have shared with you the foods that make me hum with joy. It feels good to talk about the things I love, but just as there are things that bring me joy, there are other things that make me sigh, things that make my work heavy and difficult. I want to share these with you now, not to make you feel guilty, never that, but as a trusted friend, sharing my deepest worries, so that we can work together in partnership. One of the things that makes my work the hardest is when my kitchen gets flooded with heavy, greasy foods. Things like deep-fried foods, or very fatty cuts of meat, or rich, creamy sauces. When these arrive, it's like a thick, heavy mud has been poured into my pristine kitchen. My master sauce maker, Lipas, who loves working with the silken thread of healthy fats, suddenly has to deal with a heavy, sticky mess. It takes so much more effort, so much more energy to break down these dense fats. I have to produce so much more of my lipase chef to get the job done. I can feel myself working overtime, straining. It leaves me feeling tired and heavy and a little overwhelmed. It makes me sigh. Another thing that disrupts my peace is the rushing frenzy of too much sugar and highly processed foods. Things like sugary drinks, candy, and pastries made with refined white flour. When you have these, the sugar rushes into the great river of your bloodstream like a sudden flash flood. The water level rises too high, too fast, and my little islands, my message center, go into high alert. My beta cells have to work frantically, in a panic, releasing a huge wave of insulin keys to try and get the sugar out of the river and into your cells. It's a sudden, chaotic rush. It disrupts the calm, steady rhythm that I love so much. And over time, if this happens too often, my little islanders can get very, very tired. They can get worn out from the constant state of emergency. It makes my whole system feel frazzled and on edge. But my biggest fear, the thing that worries me most of all, is alcohol. I want to be very gentle here, and very clear. To my delicate cells, both the chefs on my mainland and the messengers on my islands, alcohol is a poison. When it travels through your body, it seeps into my workshop like a toxic fog. It directly injures my cells, causing inflammation and damage. It makes it very hard for me to do either of my jobs properly. My chefs get sick. My messengers get confused. It is the single most difficult and dangerous thing for me to handle. When I am exposed to too much of it, too often, it can lead to that painful fever I mentioned. Pancreatitis. It is my deepest and most sorrowful fear. So I ask you, gently as your friend, to think of me. When you choose to have less of these things, the heavy fats, the rushing sugars, the toxic fog, you are giving me a gift of rest, a gift of peace, a gift of kindness that I feel in every cell of my being. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is. But every small choice, every little break you give me is an act of love. And your body, and especially me, your pancreas, has the most amazing ability to heal and recover when given the chance. And for that chance, I am eternally grateful. The room is dark and quiet. Your body is still. You are safe. I have just shared with you my deepest fears, the heavy things that make my work so hard. Now, I want to tell you a gentle story of what happens when those fears sometimes become real. But please, do not be afraid. This is not a scary story. It is a story about a cry for help, and a story about the profound, beautiful power of healing. Imagine one day, my workshop gets overwhelmed. Perhaps there was too much heavy, muddy food, or too much of that toxic fog. My delicate machinery gets jammed. The tiny little tubes that carry the digestive juices from my mainland to my friend, the duodenum, get blocked. Now, my chefs, amylase and protease and lipase, are still working. They are programmed to work. They keep making their powerful creations, but their juices can't get out. The river is dammed. And so, my powerful enzymes get trapped inside me, and in a moment of terrible confusion, they start to do the only thing they know how to do. They start to digest, but they start to digest me. This is what pancreatitis is. It is a fire inside my own home. A moment of painful, desperate confusion. And when this happens, I do the only thing I can. I cry out for help. My cry is a deep, persistent pain. A pain that you would feel in the center of your abdomen, sometimes spreading to your back. It is not a small ache. It is a loud, clear, and urgent signal. It is me, shouting with all my might. Please, stop everything. I need help. I need rest. This cry for help is one of the most important signals your body can send. It is a message that must be listened to. And what is the healing? What is the medicine for this painful fire? It is the most simple and most profound thing in the world. It is rest. Complete and total rest. To heal me, doctors will ask you to stop eating and drinking for a little while. This allows my dinner bell to fall completely silent. My chefs get the message to stop working. The kitchen shuts down. The fires are no longer being fueled. With no new work to do, my mainland can finally focus all of its energy on healing. Your body will provide gentle fluids through a little tube, so you stay hydrated. But my whole system is given a period of deep, profound peace. It is like a great storm has passed through my village. And now, in the quiet aftermath, the healing begins. The inflammation, the fire, slowly recedes. The blocked tubes begin to clear. The confused chefs calm down. It is like the quiet, clean morning after a heavy rain. The sun comes out. The waters recede. The land begins to breathe again. And slowly, gently, I get better. I heal. The pain fades away, replaced by a feeling of quiet, peaceful recovery. My story of pancreatitis is a story about the body's incredible resilience. It is a testament to the wisdom of listening to your body's signals, especially its cries for help. And it is a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most powerful medicine in the world is to simply stop, to be still, and to allow the quiet, miraculous process of healing to unfold, just as you are doing now. You have stopped. You are still. You are allowing your body to rest, to repair, and to heal in its own magical way. And that is the most wonderful gift you could ever give. We have spent some time in my mainland, in the busy, productive world of my refinery. But the story of pancreatitis is the story of when that work goes wrong. Now, I want to lead you away from that difficult memory. Let's float back to the quietest, most magical part of me. Let's return to the secret archipelago, the 1 million tiny islets of Langerhans. This is where my message center lives. And this is the home of my most famous creation, my most beloved messenger, insulin. You have heard its name, of course. But I want to tell you the story of what it really is, what it really does. It is so much more than a chemical. It is a message of pure generosity, a whisper of love sent to every single cell in your body. When you eat a meal and the golden sunlight of sugar enters the great river of your bloodstream, my little beta cells on the islands feel it, and they release their precious insulin keys. But insulin is not just a key. It is a permission slip, a gentle, loving invitation. Imagine every cell in your body has a tiny, locked door. Behind that door is the cell's inner world, its life, its energy. The cell is always waiting, always listening. It has a special little listening post on its surface, a tiny receiver designed to hear only one message, the message of insulin. When the insulin messenger floats by on the river of your blood, it comes to the cell door. It doesn't force its way in. It doesn't bang on the door. It just gently fits into the listening post, like a hand fitting perfectly into a glove. And in that moment of connection, it delivers its message. The message is simple. It is safe now. There is plenty. You can open your door and receive this beautiful energy. Use it to live. use it to repair, use it to thrive. And the cell hears this message of safety and abundance. And so, it opens its door. The golden sunlight of the sugar flows from the bloodstream into the cell, filling it with warmth and vitality. The cell is nourished. It is happy. This happens trillions of times all over your body in the moments after a meal. Trillions of gentle permissions. Trillions of open doors. It is a body-wide celebration of nourishment. It is my way of making sure that the gift of your food is shared fairly and lovingly with every single part of you. In a healthy, peaceful body, this is a beautiful, gentle rhythm. The tide of sugar in your blood rises softly after you eat, and the tide of insulin rises with it, just enough to help deliver all that energy. Then, as the cells receive their gifts, the sugar level in the blood slowly falls back down to a calm, gentle baseline. The tide goes out, and my little islands rest. It is not a crisis. It is not an alarm. It is a dance, a rhythm, a wave, as you lie here, breathing in and out. Your own inner tide is calm and low. The river of your blood is flowing peacefully. My little islands are quiet. The insulin messengers are resting, waiting for the morning. They are a symbol of your body's deep, deep wisdom, a symbol of its ability to receive and to use the beautiful gifts of life. Feel that generosity within you now. The generosity of your own body, constantly giving and receiving in a perfect silent dance. You are a miracle of generosity. And my sweet messenger, insulin, is just one small part of that miracle. And so, you continue to sink deeper into the softness, deeper into the quiet. The rhythm of your breathing is your only guide now, leading you down a gentle path towards sleep. We just spoke of my messenger of generosity, insulin, the one who opens the doors and shares the bounty. But what happens when the bounty is gone? What happens when the tide of energy goes out and the river runs low and cool? What happens in the quiet hours between meals or when you are deep in sleep? Does your body run out of energy? Never. Because my islands have another messenger, a second, equally important, but much quieter hero. Insulin may be the star of the show, but this other messenger is the wise, watchful guardian who works in the shadows, ensuring you are never, ever left without the energy you need. This messenger is named glucagon. Think of glucagon not as a key to a million doors, but as the single, special key to the great energy bank of your body. And that bank, that vast storehouse of reserved energy, is your liver. Your liver is brilliant. After a meal, when insulin is busy delivering sugar to all your cells, your liver takes any extra sugar that isn't needed right away and cleverly packages it up. It transforms the little individual pearls of sugar into long, beautiful chains called glycogen, and it stores them safely away for later. It is like a wise farmer storing grain in a great granary for the winter. It is an act of foresight, of planning for a time of need, and my other islanders, my alpha cells, are the ones who know when that time has come. They are the guardians of the granary, in the middle of the night, or if you have been working hard, or if many hours have passed since your last meal. The alpha cells sense the fading warmth in the river of your blood. They know that your brain, above all, needs a constant, steady supply of energy to keep dreaming, to keep living. And so, they release their special messenger, glucagon. Glucagon is not flashy. It is a quiet, serious messenger with a single vital destination. It floats down the river of your blood until it arrives at the great granary of the liver. It carries the special key to the granary doors. It presents itself to the liver, and it delivers its message. The time has come. Our friend needs us. It is time to share the stored sunlight. And the liver, the wise and generous steward, understands immediately. It opens its storage vaults. It takes the long, beautiful chains of glycogen and, with the help of glucagon's message, it begins to carefully snip them apart, transforming them back into simple, ready-to-use sugar molecules. It then releases this treasured, reserved energy back into the river of your blood. The river begins to glow again with a soft, steady warmth. The tide of energy rises just enough to keep everything running smoothly, to keep your brain happy and your heart beating steadily. This is the other half of the dance. Insulin lowers the tide, glucagon raises it. One is a giver, the other is a guardian. One shares the harvest, the other opens the reserves. They are a perfect team, a perfect balance. It is your body's deepest safety net. It is a profound promise, whispered to you from deep within. The promise is this: you will be taken care of. We have planned for this. We have reserves. You are safe. So as you lie here, feel that deep, internal sense of security. Know that even as you sleep, the guardians are at their posts. The granary is full, and my quiet messenger, glucagon, is standing watch, ensuring that you have everything you need to rest peacefully through the night. It is so peaceful here with you. Just the sound of your soft breathing, perhaps the sound of the house settling around you, a gentle creak or groan. These are the sounds of the night, the sounds of safety. We have been talking about my beautiful, perfect system of balance, the dance of my messengers, insulin and glucagon. It is a gift of your body, this incredible, self-regulating wisdom. But this gift wasn't always understood. For a long, long time in human history, if my little islands grew tired and sick, if my beta cells could no longer make their insulin keys, there was no help. It was a deep and profound sadness. A sweetness that could not be used, that became a poison. But then, just over 100 years ago, came a story of hope, a story of human kindness and brilliant determination. I want to tell you this story tonight because it is a part of my story too. It is the story of a miracle. Picture a hot summer in the year 1921. In a small, stuffy university laboratory, two young men were hard at work. Their names were Frederick Banting and Charles Best. Banting was a young doctor with a powerful, unshakable idea. Best was his student assistant, full of energy and belief. They didn't have much money. They didn't have fancy equipment. What they had was a deep compassion for the children they saw wasting away from a condition called diabetes. They knew my islands were involved, but no one had ever been able to capture the secret message of insulin. Their work was difficult. It was hot. And it involved the help of many devoted laboratory dogs. With great care and respect for these animal partners, Banting had an idea. He realized that my powerful digestive juices, the ones from my mainland, were destroying the delicate insulin message before they could ever find it. So he performed a careful surgery to tie off the little ducts that carried my digestive juices. He waited, and he hoped. He hoped that with the digestive part of me quieted, the little islands would remain, and their secret message might finally be isolated. After many weeks of tireless work, their hope paid off. They were able to make an extract from the islands of a dog's pancreas. An extract that was thick with the magic of insulin. They tested it, and it worked. It lowered the blood sugar. It was the first time in history anyone had ever captured this magical key. But the true miracle was yet to come. In January of 1922, there was a 14-year-old boy in a hospital bed. His name was Leonard Thompson. He was near the end of his life from diabetes, frail and weak. He was the first human to receive an injection of the new, purified extract made by Banting, Best, and their growing team, and everyone held their breath. And then, the miracle. The boy's dangerously high blood sugar began to fall. Color returned to his cheeks. His strength began to return. The key had found its lock. The golden sunlight of sugar could finally enter his starving cells. It was as if he had been brought back to life. That single moment changed the world. It was a moment of pure light, of hope reborn. It meant that a diagnosis of diabetes was no longer a death sentence. It was a manageable condition. The news spread like wildfire. My secret, the message from my tiny islands, was now a gift that could be given to all of humanity. As you lie here, feeling the peace of your own healthy body, take a moment to feel a sense of gratitude for these quiet heroes, for the stubborn dream of Frederick Banting, for the tireless work of Charles Best, for the scientists who followed them, and for the precious gift of hope they gave to the world. Their story is a beautiful reminder that even in the face of great challenges, human ingenuity and human compassion can create miracles. It is a story that is woven into the very fabric of my being, a story of light and of life. The story of insulin is a grand one, isn't it? A story of miracles and heroes. And because of that story, insulin gets all the applause. It is the star of my message center. And its partner, glucagon, works as the quiet, watchful guardian, a noble and respected role. But the truth is, the play does not have just two actors. On my tiny little islands, there are other inhabitants, even shyer messengers who work in the background. They are my secret helpers, the unsung heroes. You almost never hear their names, but my workshop could not run so smoothly without them. Tonight, let's give them a moment of quiet recognition. Think of my islets of Langerhans as a tiny, perfectly run community. Insulin and glucagon are the two most important public figures. But every good community needs a manager, a diplomat, someone to keep the peace and make sure no one gets too carried away. On my islands, that role is played by a messenger called somatostatin. Somatostatin is made by another group of islanders, the delta cells, and its job is to be the gentle shusher. When the river of blood is flooding with sugar after a very big meal, and my beta cells are working hard to release a lot of insulin, somatostatin is there. It gently whispers, "Okay, that's good. A little more. Okay, that's enough for now." It helps to slow down the release of insulin so that the blood sugar doesn't drop too quickly or too low, and it does the same for glucagon. If your body is releasing a lot of stored sugar from the liver, somatostatin steps in and says, "Hush now, a little at a time. Let's keep things calm and steady." It is the great regulator, the diplomat who talks to both sides. It even sends messages to my mainland, my refinery, telling my chefs to slow down their work a little. It is the conductor of my entire internal rhythm, ensuring that the music never gets too loud or too fast. It keeps everything in a state of beautiful, gentle balance. It is my messenger of peace. Then, there is one more secret helper I want to tell you about. This one is perhaps the most mysterious of all. Its name is pancreatic polypeptide, a very long name for a very humble messenger. This messenger is made by its own special group of cells on my islands, and its job is not entirely understood, even by the brightest human minds. But we think its main role is to send a final message of completion up to your brain after a meal. After my refinery has done its work, and my chefs have sent their juices, and my islands have sent their insulin, this little messenger is released. It travels all the way up to your brain, and it delivers a simple, quiet note. The note seems to say, "The work is done. The kitchen has finished its service. The nourishment has been processed." It seems to be a messenger of satiety, of contentment. It helps your brain to feel that you have had enough, that you are satisfied. It is the signal that it is time to stop eating and to begin the process of rest and digestion. It is the messenger that gently rings a little bell that says, "And now, we can relax." So you have the star, insulin, the guardian, glucagon, the diplomat, somatostatin, and the messenger of contentment, pancreatic polypeptide. They are my team, my family of messengers, all living together on my 1,000,000 tiny islands, all working in a silent, flawless harmony that requires no thought, no effort from you. It just happens. A perfect, self-regulating symphony of care. As you drift now, deeper and deeper, feel the peace of this perfect organization within you. Know that you are being managed by a team of devoted expert helpers, the stars and the secret, unsung heroes, all of them, watching over you as you sleep. I'm so happy to be here with you, in the quiet sanctuary of the night. Feel your body becoming more and more a part of the bed, a feeling of melting, of letting go. Every breath you take is a soft rhythm, a gentle beat in the silent music of the room. We've met all my little messengers. The generous insulin, the guardian glucagon, the peaceful somatostatin, and the content pancreatic polypeptide. They all work together for one single, beautiful reason: to create a feeling of perfect, harmonious peace inside you. But that peace isn't just a physical thing. That peace is something you can feel. My work, my quiet and constant sugar dance, is deeply, deeply connected to your mood. Think of your inner world as having its own weather system. And I am the humble, gentle force that tries to keep that weather calm and sunny. When my sugar dance is smooth, when my messengers are working in their gentle, unhurried rhythm, your inner weather is beautiful. Your blood sugar rises and falls like a soft, predictable wave. This creates a feeling of stability. Your thoughts are clearer, like a sky with no clouds. Your energy is steady and reliable, like the gentle, consistent warmth of the afternoon sun. Your mood is calm. You feel centered. You feel at peace. This is your natural state. This is the inner climate I am always trying to maintain for you. But sometimes, the weather can get stormy. If you eat something that causes a sudden, dramatic spike in your blood sugar, like a very sugary drink or a pastry made of refined flour, it's like a sudden, violent gust of wind in your inner world. For a moment, you might feel a manic burst of energy, a feeling of being artificially lifted up. But what goes up so quickly must come down just as fast. And in response to that huge spike, my little islands have to send out a frantic, emergency-level wave of insulin. So much insulin rushes out that it clears the sugar away too quickly, and your blood sugar level can plummet, crashing far below that calm, peaceful baseline. This is the crash. The inner weather turns in an instant. The sun disappears behind dark, heavy clouds. A gloomy rain begins to fall. Suddenly, you might feel irritable, tired. Your thoughts might become cloudy and foggy, making it hard to concentrate. You might feel a sudden, desperate craving for more sugar, another quick fix to try and chase the storm away. This is the roller coaster, the up and down of a sugar imbalance. It is a stormy, unpredictable, and exhausting weather pattern. And my little islands, my precious messengers, get so tired from these constant emergencies. They prefer the calm. They thrive in the gentle rhythm. As you lie here now, in this moment of deep rest, your inner weather system is perfectly calm. The river of your blood is flowing like a slow, meandering stream under a clear, moonlit sky. The dance of my messengers is a slow, graceful waltz. There are no spikes. There are no crashes. There is only a deep, abiding peace. This is your body's favorite state. This is the harmony we are always striving for. And every time you choose foods that are gentle on me, every time you allow for a slow, steady release of energy, you are choosing to create a beautiful day in your inner world. You are choosing sunshine. You are choosing peace. And right now, in this quiet moment, that sunshine and peace are all around you and all within you. Just breathe it in and let it be. And so, the quiet continues. The peace deepens. Your body is so still. Your mind is so calm. It is a beautiful thing to witness, to feel, to keep your inner weather so perfectly calm, to maintain that beautiful, sunlit balance. I don't work alone. I have partners, and my most important partner, my oldest and dearest friend in this whole neighborhood, is your liver. I told you before that the liver is like the great, wise library and power plant of your body. If that is true, then our relationship is a constant, flowing conversation between the field manager, that's me, and the granary keeper, that's the liver. We are always talking, not in words, of course. We speak the silent language of hormones, the language of perfect trust and cooperation. Our conversation ensures that you, our beloved community, are always provided for. Let me tell you what we talk about. After you have enjoyed a gentle, nourishing meal, and the golden sunlight of sugar begins to fill the river of your blood, my work begins. I release my generous messenger, insulin. Now, insulin travels to all your cells, but it has a very special message just for my friend, the liver. The insulin arrives at the liver and it says, "Dear friend, the harvest has been plentiful. All the villagers have been fed, and there is still so much beautiful sunlight left over in the river. We must not let it go to waste. Please, open the doors to your great granary and store this extra sweetness for a time when we might need it." He was Selv, and the liver, who is the wisest and most diligent granary keeper in the world, hears this message and gets right to work. It opens its doors and begins to gather the extra sugar from the river. It carefully takes the little individual pearls of sugar and weaves them together into long, stable chains of glycogen. It is like taking loose grains and bundling them into neat, tidy sheaves. The liver then stores these bundles of condensed sunlight on its vast shelves, safe and secure for the future. Our conversation ensures that nothing is wasted. It is a conversation of abundance and responsible saving. But then, there is the other half of our conversation. This one happens in the quiet times, late at night, as you are sleeping now, or between meals. The sunlight in the river naturally begins to fade, and my other messengers, my guardian alpha cells, sense this. It is time to open the reserves, so I send my other messenger, glucagon, on its special mission. Glucagon travels directly to the great granary of the liver. It carries a different message. This message says, "Dear friend, the fields are quiet now, but our community, especially the great castle of the brain, needs a steady warmth to get through the night. The river is running low. Please, will you share some of what you have stored?" And the liver, here's this request. It goes into its vast storerooms, takes down some of the precious, bundled sheaves of glycogen, and carefully unwinds them, releasing the individual pearls of golden sugar back into the river. It doesn't release too much. Just a gentle, steady stream, enough to keep the river glowing with a soft, peaceful warmth all through the night. This is our conversation of conservation and sharing. This is our partnership. I manage the immediate harvest. The liver manages the long-term storage. I tell it when to save. I tell it when to spend. It is a dance of perfect communication, a relationship built on millions of years of trust. So as you rest tonight, know that this silent, beautiful conversation is happening within you. The field manager and the granary keeper are at their posts. The reserves are full, and this perfect partnership is watching over you, ensuring you have everything you need. You are so wonderfully and so completely taken care of. Just feel the gentle weight of the blankets on top of you, a feeling of safety, a feeling of being held. Let that feeling of safety seep into your body, into your mind. You are completely secure. You are at peace. My conversation with the liver is a local one. We are close neighbors, after all. But I also speak another language, to another, more distant friend. A friend who lives far away, in the highest tower of the kingdom of you. I send quiet whispers all the way up to your brain. This connection is part of a secret, magical pathway known as the gut-brain axis. It is a constant stream of messages, flowing back and forth between your center and your mind. And I play a small, but important, part in that conversation. It is a conversation about hunger and about fullness. A conversation about contentment. The whole process begins in the castle tower, with your brain. Your brain is the wise ruler of the kingdom. And when it sees that the kingdom's energy reserves are getting a little low, it sends out a royal decree. A feeling. The feeling of hunger. It's a gentle nudge at first, then a more insistent call, saying, "The kingdom needs nourishment. It is time to seek out food." You hear this call, and you respond by eating a lovely, nourishing meal, and then the conversation flows back in the other direction. This is where I and my friends in your digestive system come in. As the food arrives in your stomach and small intestine, as my chefs get to work and my islands begin to release their messengers, we all begin to send our own messages back up to the great castle of the brain. It is like we are sending a trusted telegram or a messenger on a fast horse along that secret pathway. My little unsung hero, pancreatic polypeptide, is one of those messengers. It is released after my work is done, and it travels all the way up to the ruler. Other messengers from your intestines join in, each carrying a similar note. The message, when it arrives, says something like this: "Your Majesty, your decree has been heard and fulfilled. A wonderful delivery of nourishment has arrived in the southern provinces. Our workers are busy transforming it into energy. The villagers are being fed. The granaries are being restocked. The kingdom is safe and provided for. You may now call off the search. You may now rest easy." And the brain, the wise ruler, receives this reassuring report. It trusts its messengers in the provinces. And so, it turns off the hunger alarm. It sends out a new feeling throughout the kingdom, a feeling of fullness, of satisfaction, of deep contentment. This is the beautiful feeling of satiety. This communication is not instant. It is not a flash of light. It is a slow and thoughtful and reliable mail service. It takes a little time for the food to arrive, for us to begin our work, and for our messengers to travel all the way up that long road to the brain. This is why it is so peaceful to eat slowly. It gives our messengers time to make their journey. It gives your brain time to hear our whispers of contentment. Right now, as you lie here, all the messages flowing along that secret pathway are messages of peace. My work is done for the day. Your stomach is quiet. The messages being sent to your brain are all saying the same thing. All is well. The kingdom is peaceful. The ruler may rest. And so, your brain can let go of all its duties. It can let go of all its thoughts. It can trust that its kingdom is in good hands. It can drift, and it can dream. How peaceful it is to just lie here and be, to not have to do anything, to not have to be anywhere else, just here, now, breathing. Your body knows this feeling well. It is the feeling of home. We have been talking about my work in a very scientific way. We have talked about chemistry and cells and hormones, and all of that is true. But it is only one way of seeing me. An older, more poetic wisdom that comes from the East. And in this story, I am not alone. I have a partner, a soulmate, and that is my quiet, mysterious next-door neighbor, the spleen. In modern Western medicine, the spleen and I have very different jobs, but in traditional Chinese medicine, we are seen as an inseparable pair, a yin and yang of nourishment. We are considered a single functional family, the family that governs digestion, energy, and the very foundation of your physical health. In this ancient story, the spleen and I are the master gardeners of your body's inner landscape. Our shared job is to tend to the soil, which is your digestive system. When you eat food, it is like planting seeds in our garden. Our first job is what they call transformation. We take the raw seeds and, through a kind of digestive alchemy, we transform them into something the body can use. We create two precious things: qi, which is life force energy, and blood, which is the physical substance of nourishment. Once we have transformed the food into these precious resources, our second job begins, and that is transportation. We transport this new qi and blood to every single part of your body. We send it up to the lungs, out to the muscles, and inward to all the other organs. We are the source of all the body's nourishment and all its functional energy. When we, the spleen and pancreas family, are healthy and strong, our garden flourishes. The soil is rich and fertile. Your energy is good. Your thoughts are clear. Your muscles are strong. Your body feels light and capable. The harvest is plentiful, and all is right in the world. But in this beautiful, poetic story, there is an emotion that can deeply wound us. An emotion that makes it very hard for the gardeners to do their work. That emotion is worry, overthinking, rumination, the habit of turning the same thoughts over and over and over in your mind, like a stuck wheel spinning in the mud. In the wisdom of the East, this kind of mental state creates a condition called dampness. Imagine a beautiful, sunlit garden. Now imagine a heavy, damp, and persistent fog rolling in and never leaving. The air becomes heavy, the soil becomes boggy and waterlogged. It's hard for the sun to get through. The plants begin to droop. The gardeners find it difficult to move, their boots sinking into the mud. This is what worry does to our inner garden. It makes our work heavy. It can make you feel physically sluggish, bloated, and tired. It can make your thoughts feel foggy and unclear. The transformation and transportation of energy becomes slow and difficult. The garden becomes unproductive. But the beautiful truth is, you hold the cure. The cure for the damp, heavy fog is sunshine. And the sunshine is your own peaceful mind. When you let go of your worries, when you allow your thoughts to drift by like clouds instead of getting stuck in them, you are letting the sun come out in your inner garden. When you practice mindfulness, or when you simply rest, as you are doing now, you are allowing the fog to lift and the warm, drying sun to shine upon the soil. Right now, in this moment, your mind is quiet. You are not worrying. You are not overthinking. You are just breathing. And with every calm, peaceful breath, you are bringing sunshine into my world. You are helping the soil to dry. You are allowing my garden to heal and to flourish. This state of mental peace is the greatest act of kindness you can offer to me and to my soulmate, the spleen. You are giving us the gift of a clear, sunny day, and we are so very grateful. In our last story, we visited the ancient, poetic wisdom of the East. We imagined worry as a damp, heavy fog that settles in my inner garden, making the soil boggy and the work heavy. It's a beautiful and true way of seeing things. In the modern world, we have another name for this fog, a more clinical name. We call it stress, and stress, in all its forms, is a visitor that comes to all of us. I want to tell you what it feels like for me when that visitor arrives. Imagine our peaceful inner village. The work is getting done. The rhythms are calm. The communication is quiet and respectful. Then, suddenly, a loud, blaring alarm goes off. Red lights start flashing everywhere. This is the stress response. The alarm is pulled by your brain when it senses a threat. It could be a real, physical danger, or it could be the threat of a deadline, a difficult conversation, or a traffic jam. Your brain doesn't always know the difference. It just knows to pull the fire alarm. When that alarm sounds, it sends a signal to a pair of tiny, brilliant organs called the adrenal glands. They are our village's emergency responders, our dedicated firefighters. They sit just on top of your kidneys, and when the alarm rings, they jump into action. Their first response is to release a flood of powerful hormones. The most famous one is called cortisol. You can think of cortisol as emergency fuel. It's a powerful, potent substance designed for one thing: to prepare your body for fight or flight. And the main way cortisol does this is by shouting at my dear friend, the liver. Emergency! Drop everything, release the reserves, now! It completely bypasses our normal, polite conversation. It is an order, not a request. And the liver, hearing the alarm, does exactly what it's told. It floods the river of your bloodstream with stored sugar, a huge rushing wave of it. The goal is to give your muscles a massive, instant source of fuel to fight the danger or to run away. And this is where things get so very difficult for me. My little islands, my message center, suddenly sense this huge, chaotic flood of sugar in the river. It's not the gentle, sunlit tide from a meal. It is a tidal wave, an emergency. And my beta cells, bless their hearts, do the only thing they can. They panic. They work as fast as they can to release a massive wave of insulin keys to try and manage the flood. It's like trying to bail out a flooding boat in the middle of a hurricane. It is frantic, exhausting work. I am trying to scream, "Open your doors," with insulin, while the stress hormones are simultaneously shouting, "Release more sugar." The whole system is thrown into chaos. Now, a little of this, now and then, is perfectly normal. Your body is designed to handle short-term emergencies. The alarm rings, we deal with the crisis, and then the alarm turns off, and peace returns. But what happens when the alarm gets stuck in the on position? What happens when the stress is chronic? A low-grade hum of anxiety that goes on day after day. Well, the villagers, your cells, get tired of the constant alarms. They get tired of the frantic knocking of insulin at their doors. And so, they start to ignore it. They put metaphorical boards over their windows and plug their ears. They become resistant to the message of insulin. This makes my job even harder. I have to shout my message even louder, releasing even more insulin to try and get the same response. And my little islands get so tired. The beautiful, sensitive dance becomes a desperate, exhausting struggle. This is what chronic stress feels like to me. A constant, draining state of emergency. A fog that never lifts. But here is the most magical part of the story. You have the power to turn off the alarm. The off switch is your own breath. Right now, as you lie here, I want you to take a slow, deep breath in, feeling your belly expand. And now, breathe out with a long, soft sigh, even longer than the breath in. Did you feel that? With that single, conscious breath, you just sent a message from your body all the way up to your brain. The message said, "The danger has passed. You can turn off the alarm. All is well." Let's do it again. A slow, deep breath in, and a long, slow breath out. The red lights are turning off. The blaring alarm is fading into silence. The firefighters are going back to their station, and my little islands are breathing a sigh of relief. The river is becoming calm again. This is the power you have. The power of your own breath. It is the most profound act of kindness you can offer to me and to your entire inner world. It is the message of safety, the message of peace. And right now, in this moment, That is the only message being sent, and it feels wonderful. And so, the alarms are silent. The inner village is quiet and calm. The only sound is the gentle rhythm of your breathing, a soft and steady whisper in the night. It is the sound of deep, healing peace. The stress of worry can feel like a chaotic storm. It is an energy that drains and confuses. But there is another kind of energy, a joyful, purposeful energy that I absolutely love. It is the energy of movement. When you choose to move your body, I don't feel stressed. I feel excited. I feel engaged. I am no longer just a quiet background worker. I become your enthusiastic workout partner, your personal fuel manager for the beautiful activity of life. Let's imagine you decide to go for a lovely walk, or a gentle swim, or maybe even to dance to your favorite music. The moment you begin to move, your muscles send out a call for more energy, and my work instantly and brilliantly changes to support you. I become the quartermaster for your body's happy, marching army. My first job, surprisingly, is to become a little bit stingy. The moment you start exercising, I immediately tell my beta cells on my islands to release less insulin, not more. It seems strange, doesn't it? But it is an act of perfect intelligence. I reduce the flow of insulin keys to the rest of the body to the cells that are not actively working. It is like locking the doors to the houses of the villagers who are not marching, so that we can save all the precious rations for the soldiers who are on the move. The sugar that is already in the river of your blood is now reserved almost exclusively for your working muscles. It is a brilliant strategy of energy conservation. My second job happens at the very same time. While I am decreasing the insulin, I am increasing the release of my other messenger, my guardian, glucagon. I send a steady stream of glucagon messengers to my friend, the liver, the great granary keeper. The message is clear. The army is on the move. They need a steady supply line. Please begin releasing the stored sunlight from the granary. And the liver, always ready, begins to break down its stored glycogen and releases a perfectly measured stream of sugar into the blood. It doesn't dump it all at once like in a stress response. It releases it gradually, a beautiful, steady supply that perfectly matches the energy your muscles are using. It is a masterpiece of logistics. I am restricting the use of fuel in one area, while simultaneously ordering the release of fuel from another, all to make sure your moving muscles have exactly what they need, for as long as they need it. It is a dance I am thrilled to perform. But the most wonderful part of this story happens after the movement is over. Regular, joyful movement changes your body for the better. It makes my life so much easier and so much happier. When you exercise regularly, your muscle cells become much more sensitive to the message of insulin. It is as if, after a good march, the soldiers are so happy and hungry for energy that they leave their doors wide open. They become incredibly receptive to my insulin keys. This means that in the future, I don't have to work so hard. I don't have to shout my insulin message. A gentle whisper is enough. A small amount of insulin can now do the work that used to require much more. My little islands get to stay calm and relaxed. The whole system becomes more efficient, more peaceful. It is the greatest gift that movement gives to me. It makes my job a joy. So as you lie here now, still and resting, this is the time for repair and appreciation. If you moved your body today, know that you made me very happy. You helped to make your cells more open, more receptive. You helped to make my work easier. And this period of deep rest is the perfect reward for that happy effort. It is in this beautiful cycle of joyful movement and deep rest that your body finds its truest, most vibrant health. And I am here for all of it, your proud and dedicated partner in movement and in stillness. Hello, my friend. It is so very peaceful to be with you again. Feel the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, a soft wave of air coming in and going out. It is the rhythm of life, the rhythm of rest. We have talked about the joy of movement and the deep peace that follows. In a perfect world, this beautiful rhythm of joyful days and restful nights would be all there is. But this world is not always perfect, and our bodies, as resilient as they are, sometimes need to ask for help. Tonight, I want to talk about the way your body communicates with you when it needs a little more attention. I want to talk about symptoms. Now, that word can sound scary, but I want to invite you to think about it in a new way. A symptom is not a sign of failure. It is not a punishment. It is a message of love. It is your body's gentle warning system, its way of whispering to you, "My dear friend, something in our inner world is out of balance. Could we please look at this together?" Think of these warnings not as loud, frightening alarms, but as gentle, loving whispers, a quiet knock on the door. It takes a quiet mind to hear them. Sometimes, my whisper is a feeling. If I am tired, or inflamed, or working too hard, I might send a message of pain. It's often a deep, persistent ache that you would feel in your upper belly, just below your breastbone. Sometimes, this ache will wrap around your body like a sad, tight hug, and you might feel it in your back too. This is my loudest whisper. It is my clearest way of saying, "Please, I need to rest. Let's give the whole village a break for a little while." It is a cry for stillness. Sometimes, my whispers are about my work in the kitchen, my refinery. If my little chefs are exhausted or unwell, they can't prepare the food properly. The digestive juices don't flow as they should, and so, the nourishment in your food might pass through your system without being fully unlocked. You might notice your digestion feels off, perhaps a feeling of bloating, or you might see that your stools look different, maybe pale or oily. This is just my kitchen's way of saying, "We are so tired. We are struggling to do our work. Could we have some lighter, easier ingredients for a while?" It is a whisper asking for gentler foods. And if the nourishment is not being unlocked, day after day, the kingdom of your body will naturally become a little lighter. So, another one of my whispers can be unexplained weight loss. It is not a scary thing in itself. It is simply a sign that the villagers are not receiving all the food parcels that the kitchen is trying to send out. It is a quiet message about the efficiency of our supply chain. And finally, sometimes the whispers come from my little islands, my message center. If my beta cells are struggling to make enough insulin keys, or if your body's cells are not listening to the insulin message, the sugar dance can become clumsy. The river of your blood can run too high with sweetness. And your body, in its infinite wisdom, will try to wash the extra sugar away. So, a whisper from my islands might be a feeling of being very thirsty, or needing to urinate more often. It can also be a feeling of deep fatigue, because even though there is plenty of sugar in the river, it is not getting inside your cells to be used as energy. The villagers are tired, even amidst plenty, a deep ache, a change in digestion, a lightness of the body, a feeling of thirst and fatigue. These are some of my whispers. They are not meant to frighten you. They are a profound act of trust. I am trusting you to listen. Your body is trusting you to pay attention to its subtle language, and listening is an act of love. It is the foundation of our partnership. But tonight, as you lie here, all the whispers are of peace. My kitchen is quiet. My islands are at rest. The messages flowing through you are all saying the same thing. All is well. All is calm. It is time for deep, healing rest. You are sinking deeper now, deeper into a feeling of profound peace. The only reality is the feeling of your breath, the comfort of your bed, the stillness of this moment. When you listen to your body's gentle warnings, when you honor its whispers by seeking help, the next step in the journey of healing is often a journey of seeing, a gentle look inside to understand where the whisper is coming from. This can be a source of anxiety for many. The thought of big, loud machines, of cold hospital rooms. But I want to invite you to see this too in a new light. Think of these incredible technologies not as scary machines, but as magical windows, as gentle, respectful ways for your doctors to visit my neighborhood, to see how I am doing, without ever disturbing my peace. They are instruments of deep care. One of the gentlest ways to see me is with an ultrasound. Imagine the doctor holding a magic wand. This wand doesn't use light or radiation. It sends out silent, high-frequency sound waves, far too high for you to hear. They are like the gentle clicks and songs of a dolphin. These sound waves travel harmlessly through you, into our inner village. A powerful computer listens to these echoes and, like a brilliant artist, it paints a picture from the sound. It is a soft, grayscale image, a moving shadow puppet show of your inner world, allowing the doctor to see my shape, my texture, and to see if I am happy and calm. It is a picture made of a song's echo. Sometimes, the doctors need a more detailed map. And for that, they might use a CT scan. It is easy to be intimidated by the machine, which looks like a big white donut. But think of it as a ring of light. You simply rest peacefully as you glide through it. And as you do, the machine takes hundreds of pictures using a very low dose of X-ray. Each picture is like an incredibly thin slice of a photograph. Then, a powerful computer acts like a master puzzle maker. It takes all of those hundreds of thin slices and stacks them together perfectly to create a complete, three-dimensional map of my entire neighborhood. The doctor can then look at this map from any angle, from the front, from the side, from above. They can see me, and my friends, the stomach and liver and spleen, in breathtaking detail. It is a wonder of organization, a perfect and complete atlas of your inner landscape. And then there is the most detailed picture of all, the MRI. This machine can seem the loudest, but its magic is perhaps the most gentle. The MRI doesn't use X-rays at all. Its secret is water and magnetism. Your body is mostly made of water, and the tiny little molecules of water inside you are like trillions upon trillions of microscopic compass needles. The MRI machine is a very powerful, but completely harmless, magnet. When it is turned on, it gently asks all of those little compass needles inside you to line up, all facing the same direction. Then, it sends a little radio wave pulse that asks them to do a special, synchronized dance. The computer carefully watches the beauty of this silent dance, and from the movement of the water within you, it creates the most detailed, clear, and beautiful images imaginable. The loud, rhythmic knocking you might hear is just the sound of the magnets working. It is the rhythmic music for the water's beautiful, silent dance, an echo of a song, a stack of light, a dance of water. These are not scary things, they are wonders. They are the tools of caring, the windows that allow for understanding. They are a testament to the human desire to see, to know, and to heal. But right now, there are no windows, there are no pictures being taken. Your inner world is resting in perfect, peaceful privacy. In the soft, warm, and healing darkness, all is quiet, all is well. Hello again. Here we are, together in the quiet. Just feel the stillness around you, and allow it to enter you with each soft breath. Let your body feel held and supported by the surface beneath it. There is nothing to do, no one to be. Just rest. We have talked about the body's gentle warnings, the whispers and pictures that tell us when something is wrong. Sometimes, those whispers become shouts. Sometimes, the pictures show that I am very sick, or that a part of me has grown in a way that is harmful to the whole village. And hearing this can bring a feeling of fear. But I want to tell you a story of hope, a story of incredible skill and profound human kindness. Because even in the most serious moments, there is the possibility of a new beginning. I want to tell you about the miracle of surgery. Please do not be afraid of this word. Let's reimagine it. Think of a master surgeon not as someone who cuts, but as a master gardener who tends to the most delicate plant, or a master artisan who restores a precious and intricate work of art. Their work is a dance of incredible precision, of reverence for the body, and of deep, deep care. Sometimes, the sickness is in the head of me, the widest part of me that is nestled in the loving hug of the duodenum. When this happens, the artisan surgeon must perform a procedure of breathtaking complexity. It is famously called the Whipple procedure. With hands that are impossibly steady, and with knowledge passed down through generations of healers, the surgeon carefully and gently removes the sick part of me. But it is not just a removal. It is a reconstruction, a reimagining of my neighborhood. The surgeon, like a master plumber of life, carefully reroutes the pathways. They reconnect the remainder of my healthy self to your stomach and small intestine. They ensure that my digestive juices can still flow, that the food can still travel, that the entire village can continue to function in a new and healthy way. It is a procedure that can take many, many hours. It is an act of supreme focus and dedication. It is a testament to what is possible when human hands are guided by a brilliant mind and a compassionate heart. It is a second chance, a new beginning, and then there is another kind of new beginning, one that speaks to the very soul of human generosity, the story of transplant. Sometimes, my little islands, my precious islets of Langerhans, become so tired and damaged that they can no longer make their insulin keys. In some cases, it is possible for a person to receive a gift of new islands. Through a special process, doctors can take healthy islet cells from a donor, someone who chose to give the gift of life after they were gone, and infuse them into the person who needs them. It is like receiving a precious starter kit of new, vibrant islanders who travel to the liver and set up a new home, a new message center, and begin their beautiful work of creating insulin once again. It is a miracle of generosity, and in the rarest of cases, when my entire self is too sick to continue, a full transplant is possible. This is perhaps the most sacred gift of all. One human being, in their passing, gives their own healthy pancreas to another, allowing them to live on. It is an act of love so profound it is difficult to put into words. It is a legacy of life, a whisper from one soul to another that says, "Live on. Be well." These stories are not stories of sickness. They are stories of hope. They are stories of the incredible resilience of your body to heal and adapt. And they are stories of the wonder of modern medicine, a force that is constantly searching, constantly learning, all in the service of healing. So, as you lie here, feel a sense of awe for these possibilities, for the steady hands of the surgeon, for the generous heart of the donor, and for the amazing strength of the human body and spirit. Know that even in the darkest of nights, there is always the promise of a new dawn. That was a story of great complexity, of human hands performing miracles, and it is a wonder to behold. But now, I want to talk about a different kind of miracle, a quieter, more personal miracle that you have access to in every single moment of your life. A miracle that requires no tools, no operating rooms, no other people. It is the miracle of your own breath. Your breath is so much more than just air moving in and out of your lungs. It is the most powerful tool you have for sending a direct message of peace to your entire inner world. It is the off switch for the stress alarm. It is a soothing balm for every cell in your body. It is an internal massage, and I, your pancreas, feel every single one. Let's experience this together now. As you are lying here, so comfortable and so still, I want you to place a hand on your belly, if it feels right to you. If not, just imagine it. Now, without any effort, I want you to take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose, and as you breathe in, feel your belly softly rise, like a gentle balloon inflating. Can you feel that? Now, breathe out through your mouth with a long, soft sigh, even longer than your breath in, and feel your belly gently fall. Let's try that again. A slow breath in through your nose, feel your belly expand, and a long, slow breath out, feel your belly soften. What you are doing right now is called diaphragmatic breathing. You are using the large, beautiful dome-shaped muscle that sits just below your lungs, your diaphragm. Think of this muscle as a gentle internal wave. When you breathe in and your belly expands, that wave moves downward. And as it moves down, it applies the most gentle, loving pressure to the organs in my neighborhood. It gives a little massage to your stomach, to your liver, and to me. It is a touch of profound reassurance. Then, when you breathe out, the wave recedes. It lifts back up, creating a gentle space, allowing any tension in your belly to be released, to just melt away. In, the wave comes down, a gentle pressure. Out, the wave goes up, a gentle release. There is more magic happening here than you can even imagine. Running right through this area is the most amazing nerve in your body, the vagus nerve. We can call it the nerve of peace. It is the main line of communication for your relaxation response. And this slow, deep breathing is its favorite thing in the world. When you breathe like this, you are stimulating this nerve of peace. You are sending a powerful signal directly to your brain. The signal says, everything is all right. We are safe. We are calm. You can turn off all the alarms. You can stop the release of stress hormones. It is time for rest and healing. And your brain hears this message, and it obeys. The stress melts away, not just from your mind, but from your very cells. My little islands feel it. They stop being on high alert. My whole workshop begins to relax. The blood vessels in my neighborhood soften and open up, bringing me more oxygen, more nourishment. This is the power you hold. With every slow, deep breath, you are literally changing your own body's chemistry. You are shifting from a state of stress to a state of healing. So for these last few moments, just focus on that gentle wave. Breathing in, your belly rises. Breathing out, it falls. This simple, quiet rhythm is the most powerful medicine you can give yourself. It is the language of peace, and your entire body, right down to me, is listening. And we thank you. Welcome back to the quiet. Welcome back to the stillness. Your breathing is so slow and peaceful now. A beautiful, gentle wave rising and falling, bringing a tide of calm to your inner shores. That breath is your own internal massage, a rhythmic wave of reassurance. But you can also offer comfort from the outside. You can use the incredible warmth and healing energy of your own hands. I want to tell you now about the gentle art of your own touch. This is an ancient practice, a form of wisdom that comes from the East. It is a simple, profound act of self-love and care. It requires nothing but your own gentle attention. As you are lying here, I don't want you to do anything at all. Just listen. Just imagine. Imagine you are placing your hands, one on top of the other, on your lower belly, just below your navel. Imagine the feeling of your palms against your skin. Imagine the natural warmth that is in your hands, a gentle, healing heat. Just let your hands rest there for a moment in your imagination and feel that warmth begin to sink in, deeper and deeper, past the skin, past the muscles, a warm, glowing energy seeping down into my neighborhood. It is like the feeling of the warm sun on the earth after a cool night. It is a feeling of comfort, of safety. Now, in your mind's eye, begin to move your hands in a slow, gentle, clockwise circle around your navel. So slowly, so gently. The pressure is barely there. It is the weight of the blanket, the weight of your own hands, a slow, rhythmic, circling motion. As you circle upwards on the right side of your belly, you are tracing the path of your large intestine. You are encouraging a gentle, flowing movement. As you circle across the top, just below your ribs, you are passing over your stomach, your liver, and me. You are sending a wave of warmth and peace across our entire village. As you circle down the left side, you are continuing to soothe your digestive path. And as you return to the bottom, you complete the circle of care, a slow, clockwise circle. Over and over, a rhythm that is as ancient as the turning of the earth. In the language of Eastern wisdom, this gentle art does something magical. It helps to warm the soil of your inner garden. It helps to dispel the dampness that worry can create. It helps to move the chi, the life force energy, preventing it from getting stuck or stagnant. In simpler terms, it is a message you are sending with your own hands. The message says, "It's okay. I am here. I am caring for you. You can relax. You can let go." This gentle touch can help to ease digestive discomfort. It can soothe the feelings of bloating and tension that can come from stress or a heavy meal. It calms your entire nervous system, like a mother gently stroking her child's tummy to soothe them to sleep. It is a profound act of self-compassion, so just continue to imagine that feeling now. The feeling of warm hands, the feeling of a slow, gentle, circling motion, a beautiful glowing warmth spreading throughout your entire abdomen. Your inner garden is soaking up the sunshine. The soil is becoming warm and fertile. My whole village of organs is sighing a collective sigh of relief. It is the feeling of being cared for, the feeling of being loved, a feeling you can give to yourself anytime you need it. But for now, just the thought is enough. Just the imagination is a powerful act of healing, and your whole body is grateful for it. Here we are, floating in this deep, quiet ocean of peace. The soothing power of your breath, the imagined warmth of your touch. These are wonderful things. They bring such comfort. But the greatest gift of peace you can give to me, the most profound healing you can offer my inner garden, is the gift of a quiet mind. We have spoken of the wisdom from the East, the idea that I, your pancreas, and my soulmate, the spleen, are deeply affected by the emotion of worry, by the habit of overthinking. We talked about it, creating a damp, heavy fog in our garden. Tonight, I want to talk about how to let that fog lift. I want to talk about letting go of the weight of worry. Imagine your mind is a wide, beautiful, flowing river, and your thoughts, they are just leaves and sticks and flower petals floating on the surface of that river. They are not the river itself. They are just temporary things, drifting by. A healthy, peaceful mind is one where the river is allowed to flow. A thought appears, a leaf from yesterday. You notice it, and then you watch it float away, down the stream. Another thought appears, a stick of tomorrow. You see it, and you watch it float away. The river is always moving. The thoughts are always passing. Now, Imagine what worry is. Worry, or rumination, is the act of reaching into that beautiful river, grabbing a particular stick, a thought, a problem, a memory, and holding on to it tightly. You pull it out of the current. You examine it from all sides. You refuse to let it go. If you do this with one stick, it is a small thing. But if you keep grabbing more sticks, more worries, and you hold on to all of them, you begin to build a dam, and soon, the beautiful, flowing river of your mind becomes blocked. The water becomes stagnant, murky. The flow of life stops. This is the inner state of worry. This is the dam that creates the dampness, the boggy soil in our inner garden. It is a heavy, stuck feeling, a weight. But you do not have to build that dam. You do not have to hold on to the sticks. Mindfulness, in its simplest form, is the practice of letting the river flow. It is the choice to sit peacefully on the riverbank and simply watch. As you are lying here now, a thought might pop into your head. A worry about tomorrow. A memory from today. That is okay. That is normal. That is just a stick floating by on the river. Instead of grabbing it, just notice it. You can even label it, softly, in your mind. Thinking. Or worrying. And then, with your very next breath out, gently return your attention to the feeling of your breath. Return to the riverbank and watch that thought, that stick, continue its journey, floating away from you, down the stream, until it disappears from sight. Another one will come. That is what rivers do. They flow. Another leaf, another stick, and you do the same thing. You notice it, without judgment, and you let it go. You let it drift by. This is the art of letting go. It is not about forcing your mind to be empty. That is impossible. It is about changing your relationship with your thoughts. It is about realizing that they are just thoughts. They are not you. You are the silent, peaceful witness on the riverbank. Right now, in this moment, your river is flowing beautifully. Your mind is quiet. You are not holding on to any sticks. You are just resting. You are just breathing. The dam has dissolved. The water is clear. The sun is shining on our inner garden. This is the greatest gift of healing you can possess. The gift of a quiet mind. The gift of letting go. And it is a gift you are giving to yourself and to me right now. And so, your mind is quiet. The river is flowing peacefully. The inner garden is basking in a soft, gentle light. You have given yourself the gift of a quiet mind, and now, your body is ready for the deepest healing of all. You are ready for sleep. As you begin to drift, as the edges of your awareness begin to soften and blur, the entire kingdom of your body begins to shift. It is like a gentle dimming of the lights in our inner village. The daytime workers are finishing their shifts, cleaning their tools, and heading home to rest. A quiet, peaceful hush falls over the land. This is the time when I begin my night shift. But it is not a shift of hard work. It is a shift of quiet, watchful peace. My mainland, the great refinery with all its busy chefs, is almost completely silent now. The dinner bell has not rung for many hours, and it will not ring again until morning. The kitchens are closed. This is the time for deep cleaning and repair. Throughout the night, a magical, cellular process of tidying up takes place. Old, worn-out parts of my cells are gently broken down and recycled. My little chefs get to rest and renew their strength. It is a time of profound, physical restoration, preparing my workshop for a new day. For this to happen, I need you to be in this state of deep rest. Your sleep is what allows my healing to begin. But while my mainland rests, my little islands, my message center, are still on duty. They are the quiet watchmen of the night. Their work, however, is very different now. It is slow and steady and very, very quiet. During the day, I release insulin in waves that match your meals, but at night, my beta cells release a slow, tiny, continuous drip of insulin keys into the river of your blood. It is called the basal rate. Think of it as just a few keys, released every few minutes, just enough to keep the basic functions of your cells ticking over, just enough to let your cells know that all is well, that the flow of energy has not stopped completely. It is a whisper, not a conversation. And my other watchmen, my guardian alpha cells, are also on a quiet vigil. They work in perfect harmony with my friend, the liver, to ensure your brain has a steady supply of fuel for its magical work of dreaming. All through the night, I send a slow, steady trickle of glucagon messengers to the great granary of the liver. And the liver, ever faithful, responds by releasing a tiny, slow drip of its stored sugar. Not too much, not too little. A perfect, microscopic balance, maintained all through the night, without any conscious thought from you at all. My night shift is the shift of the gentle hum, the slow drip, the quiet vigil, and all around me, the rest of the kingdom is in its own state of healing. Deep in your sleep, other messengers are at work. A wonderful hormone, called growth hormone, is released from your brain. It travels throughout your body, repairing the muscles you use today, healing any tiny injuries, and building new, strong cells. My quiet work of providing a steady background energy is what helps to fuel this vital, nightly reconstruction. So, as you drift deeper now, know that this is not an empty time. This is the time of the most profound magic. The lights are low, the village is asleep, but the silent, healing work is underway. The watchmen are at their posts, the repair crews are busy. You are being rebuilt, restored, and renewed. All you have to do is let go. All you have to do is sleep. Deeper and deeper you go, into the soft, warm darkness of complete relaxation. The village sleeps. The watchmen stand their quiet vigil. The silent work of healing unfolds. And here, in the stillness, in the deep quiet, a feeling can arise. A soft, warm, and gentle feeling. It is the feeling of gratitude. Tonight, I want to speak to you not just as your pancreas, but as a representative of your entire inner community. We have been on this journey with you since the very beginning. We have been with you through every joy, every challenge, and every triumph, and we have never, for a single moment, stopped working for you. As you lie here, on the edge of a deep and peaceful sleep, let's take a moment to feel a sense of gentle appreciation for this incredible, physical home that is your body. Think of your heart. Without any command from you, it has been beating faithfully, day and night. Thump thump, a steady, loyal drumbeat. Today, it has likely beaten over 100,000 times. It has pumped blood through over 60,000 miles of rivers and streams within you, delivering oxygen and nourishment to every single cell. It has never asked for a day off. It is the very rhythm of your life. Can we feel a little gratitude for our heart? Think of your lungs. They are breathing for you right now, in this very moment, with no effort from you at all. A soft, gentle wave, in and out. Today, they have taken over 20,000 breaths, drawing in the air of the world and releasing what is no longer needed. They are your connection between the inner world and the outer world, the bridge of life. Can we feel a little gratitude for our lungs? Think of your liver, my wise and powerful friend. It has performed over 500 different jobs for you today. It has cleaned your blood of toxins, produced vital proteins, stored vitamins, and managed the energy of your entire system. It is the silent, unsung genius of your inner world. Can we feel a little gratitude for our liver? And think of me, your humble pancreas. All day, I have been making my chefs and my messengers, unlocking the nutrients from your food, and dancing the delicate dance of blood sugar balance. I have been working to bring you both nourishment and peace. This body is a miracle. It is a symphony of trillions of cells, all working together in a state of breathtaking cooperation. It works so hard. It is always striving for health, for balance, for you, even when it is sick, even when it feels pain. It is not failing you. It is communicating with you in the only way it knows how. It is asking for your attention, for your care, for your kindness. And this feeling of gratitude, this is a form of medicine. When you feel a genuine appreciation for your body, a soft, warm wave of relaxation washes through you. The stress alarms fall silent. The healing processes are enhanced. To feel grateful for your body is to send a message of love and acceptance to every single cell. It is the ultimate sunshine for your inner garden. So just for this moment, let a soft, warm light of gratitude begin to glow in your chest. And imagine this light spreading through your torso, touching every one of your organs with warmth and thanks, spreading down into your legs and your feet, spreading up into your arms and your hands, spreading into your neck and your head, your whole body, glowing with the gentle light of your own appreciation. It is not perfect, but it is yours, and it is a miracle. And we, all of us inside you, we thank you for this moment of recognition. We thank you for your care. And now, there is nothing left to learn. There is nothing left to understand. There is only the feeling of deep, deep peace. Let's listen now, not with our ears, but with our whole body. Let's listen to the quiet, gentle hum of your own inner universe. Let your awareness drift all the way down, 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 to the very tips of your toes. Can you feel them? Just notice them, and feel them becoming so heavy, so wonderfully heavy and warm. Feel your toes letting go of all effort, sinking down, and feel that soft, heavy warmth begin to spreading into the soles of your feet, the arches, the heels. Your feet have carried you all day, and now they can rest. Feel your feet becoming so heavy, so warm, so deeply relaxed, sinking down into the softness beneath them. Let that feeling of heavy, warm peace begin to float upwards now, into your ankles, releasing any tension, up into your calves and your shins, letting them go completely, so heavy, so soft. The warmth flows up into your knees, soothing and comforting, and now into your thighs. Your big, strong thigh muscles can let go now, completely. Feel the weight of your legs, so heavy and so peaceful on the bed. They are completely at rest. Now, bring your awareness to your hips, your pelvis, a place that can hold so much tension. Just let it all melt away. Feel that whole area becoming soft and open and heavy, sinking down into the bed, and the warmth flows up into your belly, into my neighborhood. The whole village is so quiet now. Feel a sense of deep, soft peace in your abdomen. No holding, no clenching, just softness, just peace. Let the warmth continue to spread up into your chest. Feel your heart beating, a slow, steady, gentle rhythm. So calm, so peaceful, and feel your chest softly rising and falling with each breath. No effort at all. This beautiful, heavy warmth now flows down your shoulders, melting away any burdens you have been carrying, down your arms, your elbows, your forearms, all the way to your hands and your fingertips. Your arms are so heavy now, so completely at rest. The feeling of peace flows up into your neck, releasing every little muscle. Into your jaw. Let your jaw be soft and slack. Let your tongue rest peacefully in your mouth. Let your cheeks soften. Feel the tiny little muscles around your eyes letting go. Feel your eyelids, so heavy and so smooth. Feel your brow becoming wide and open. Your whole body, from the tips of your toes to the very top of your head, is now in a state of profound, deep relaxation. So heavy, so warm, so peaceful. You are floating now in an ocean of calm. There is nothing but the gentle hum of your own body's universe, the hum of deep, cellular peace. Just allow yourself to dissolve into this feeling, to become one with this deep and wonderful state of rest. And now, the quiet hum is all there is, a deep, peaceful stillness. There is nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. Your body is so deeply relaxed, so comfortable. Your body is heavy, like a smooth stone resting on the bottom of a calm, quiet lake. Your mind is quiet, like the surface of that lake, without a single ripple. There is nothing else now, only the feeling of peace. Your eyelids are so heavy, so very heavy, they are closed now, and they wish to remain closed, ready for sleep, ready for deep, healing sleep. You are drifting now, floating on a calm, quiet wave, taking you farther and farther away from the shore of wakefulness, drifting and floating into a deep and peaceful sleep. Deeper and deeper. You are safe. You are at peace. Now there is nothing else, only deep sleep coming to you. Deep, wonderful sleep. Sleep now. Sleep. Good night.